Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. My name is Starbot Guy and it is my hope that in the future I will provide to you simple and easy to understand advice about how to proceed with your own robot projects, as well as how to analyze robot projects to see whether they are actually of any benefit to you. But why should you listen to me? After all, I'm just some guy on YouTube. Well, I've been a part of robotics for nigh on 20 years now. Why 20 years? Well, that's the first thing you're going to learn about robotics. These projects last for a very long time. I have not actually experienced a robot project that has been completed in less than 5 years. So, if you're wondering why robots never seem to actually appear very quickly, there's your answer. The robots that we have managed to complete in a reasonable time frame have actually competed in a couple of TV programs in the United Kingdom. One of them, Robot Wars, is basically the UK's equivalent of BattleBots, if you're even familiar with that. It's a US program where remote-controlled robots fight against each other. Now, Technogames is a more unique expression of robotics. It was basically the Olympic Games, except rather than people, robots competed. And we were able to win some gold medals in the latter. So our robots were successful. Is that a low bar? Well, considering how many successful robots there have actually been in history, I'd say we're doing pretty well. So what do I actually hope to achieve with this channel? Well, as I have previously stated, quite a lot of robotics advice tends to be a bit impenetrable to most people. So I hope to provide just the average easygoing guy on YouTube understandable advice that they can use if they wanted to dabble in this subject at all. And of course, for new engineers attempting to actually get into this subject, I'm hopefully going to provide them an easy foothold that they can use to get involved. Robotics can be truly a 90-degree learning curve for a lot of people because there's just so much that you have to actually juggle in order to produce a successful robot. And for most people, it breaks them. But hopefully I can actually lessen the load slightly and at the same time hopefully make existing roboticists think. Because looking at the products that are being produced right now as of this video being published, I think that robotics in general needs a massive rethink in order to actually become successful. Well, what sort of rethink would that be? Well, the subsequent videos that I'm going to make in the next few days should make that abundantly clear. And I hope that I'm also entertaining you, because engineering videos in general can be incredibly dry. So what can't I do with this channel? Well, what I won't do is tell you how to assemble and plug in some motor or board or sensor, because there are hundreds of videos on YouTube that will tell you how to do that. And rather than waste your time, I'd prefer to actually talk about subjects that I know that I can talk about and that other people can't or won't. And of course, there's the how do you do this question in robotics. I can't provide specifics on how to produce a specific robot because every single robot project that you can ever do will be unique. What do I mean by that? Well, when you actually assemble this agglomeration of components that you've collected into a functioning robot, you're never going to be quite sure how it's going to behave until you actually turn it on and try to make it move. So I can't tell you how to specifically make a robot do something because no one's going to know until you have the robot functioning. It's a bit of a catch-22. So what can I actually do for you? Well, I can make you sit down and think about how you approach your robot design in the first place. Many robot projects have died in their infancy due to lack of thought about how to actually approach building it, or if the robot itself is just a non-starter. So, presuming that you actually have a robot design that is going to presumably work, I can give you general advice on how to proceed in the project in terms of building, in terms of organization, and not making the many mistakes that I have made in the various projects that I have been involved in. And of course, you will run into problems with your projects. That's the one constant in robotics, is that it will produce problems in areas that you thought you would never have to solve, but you will have to. And having to deal with these endless problems can be soul destroying. So hopefully I can provide guidance and a little bit of buoyancy on how to keep yourself afloat. And of course, there are other robots that other people have produced out there that I can take a look at if you're interested in. Now, of course, I'm going to need some feedback from you. Of course, if there are any audio-visual problems with the videos, I am completely new at this. So if you can't hear me or just don't want to hear me, or if you have some sort of color blindness where you see blue as white and my text is white so you can't see my text, I need to know all of these things in order to fix them. And of course, what subjects do you, the viewer, want covered? I do like to produce videos that you want, so I will need to know what you want in order to produce the videos. Straightforward, easy. And of course, the videos that I produced, if I'm not clear about anything in them, or there's some aspect of it that I've missed, or whether you would like a specific part of the video to be elaborated upon, I need to know all of these things. If you have any concerns, questions, suggestions, put them down in the comments section, vote them up, and I will take a look at them and cover what I can. Other than that, I hope you will enjoy yourselves as we journey through the wonderful world of robotics.